Our energy and passion is a well full of unreturnable gold of unknown depth. If this were life, we do best to spend wisely, just in case the depths were shallow. But it's a game, so dig deep and spend every piece just in case the depths are infinite. The regret of burning out early pales in comparison to having a lot left in the tank in the end. How you doing, man? Hey, Friday, and here we are with our workout for tonight, and then in the morning we got the Saturday madness. Okay, that's not what I call it. I call it skill Saturdays. No, Saturday skills. Saturday skills. There you go. All right, Saturday skills. It's our second time doing a Saturday skills session, and what it is we start off with 9 a.m. agility and ability combine. Then after that, we have our 10 a.m. Offensive skills clinic. All right. Last month we had ball handling. And this one is offensive skills. So we're going to be learning about just how to get open, how to score in traffic, how to basically offensive skills. Yes. And then 30 minutes after that one ends, because that one is 2 hours. At 12:30, we have our second monthly pick and roll workshop. Again, this is very, very new, so I'm not exactly memorized it up or anything, but we'll have a pick and roll workshop at 12:30. For this time, since you guys have the basics down, I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit. I know some kids that weren't there in January will be behind, but that's okay. I will speed it up to where of all 12 different pick and roll options, we will be playing out of those 12. All right. So we will briefly go over it, maybe briefly do some shots, but there's 12 different ones, and we have 2 hours to complete this. That means that we got 5, 10 minutes apiece. All right. So if we talk about it for 5 minutes and then talk about it for like a minute, and then go over a drill for maybe 4 minutes, then we can play for 4 minutes. And then we can bring it back in to go to the next thing. So eventually I want you guys getting a lot of playing time out of this with defense, maybe just some 2-on-2 stuff, maybe 3-on-3 possibly, depending on how many kids are there, how many kids get it, how many kids are in which group. All right, but we will play with the pick and roll stuff. All right, after the pick and roll goes from 12:30 to 2:30, I believe we have a break. Has to be a break sooner or later, right? But then that night at 7, we have an open gym. All right, open gym is just playing, and you guys do need to play. So, man, I should just bring other teams. Just tell other teams about our open gyms, and then tell someone to just dress in a referee outfit, and then put a scoreboard up there so you guys feel like it's a game, because kids want to play in games, but they don't want to do anything else. So, man, you got to figure that stuff out, because we got to come to open gym. I think we only have 3-4 people sign up, so sign up for that. All right, and then the following day, of course, we have our shooting on Sunday. So that's a lot. again, I was looking at some open registrations for the sports stable people. It's so crazy how much they charge and how little they offer. All right. And in terms of like whether they're making people better, all I have is from players who have joined us, and I see what they've learned. And I noticed that the high schoolers that have joined us from that location, they didn't know much, so they aren't teaching that much because these kids are smart. And I don't know. So take advantage of what I'm giving you guys before it's too late. All right, we may not be able to last forever because I'm charging so little for so much, but take advantage of it while it's here because one day it'll be gone. And I kept telling the kids that in California, all of a sudden COVID hit, and I left the state. And now a lot of them go, "Who's like you? Who's like you?" They're like, we can't find another program like yours. And that offers so much, so they end up spending like $10,000 a year instead to try to like piece it together, and they still don't come close to it. So you guys, take advantage of it while it's here, and just go till you're exhausted, and focus on the attendance page. Whoever shows up the most is the coolest. All right, Noah Masseth, what's up? My friend coming. Good job. What's up? Sorry, I have school event tomorrow, so I can't come to the gym. Do you have a talent show? Gavin Witt, are you singing at school? Because if you're singing, you got to tell us, man. We might reform the open gym to make it at your school, so we can watch you tap dance, do a play, something. All right, is it a school dance? I remember my school dance in 6th grade. All the boys were on one side, all the girls on the other side for the entire time, and no one danced the entire time. So yeah, if it's a school dance, man, oh dude. Oh, man. Anyways, have fun at it. Just know that we have this every Saturday, so you're all good, just for the open gyms at least. All right, moving on. We got our movie of the day. And today's movie of the day is yet another one I haven't watched. I mean, how many times are they going to get me with this? I've watched a lot of movies. I'm a movie fanatic, and I have never seen this movie. It's called Bend It Like Beckham. And if you don't know who Beckham is David Cornelius Beckham. That's not his middle name. His middle name is probably something like Williford because he's British. All right, but David Beckham is a footballer or a soccerman. All right, he's like a world famous soccer guy, and he does this thing where he kicks corner kicks, and I guess he makes it curve because soccer is super exciting, but. It's like world famous, I suppose. And this girl right here, this Indian of descent Indian girl, she wanted to play soccer, but her dad wouldn't let her, basically. Okay, and she is always playing with the boys. That kind of starts her journey right there. All right, her dad wouldn't let her because when he was growing up, he was mocked for his Indian descent as well. Like he was treated really poorly because of racism. So he didn't want his daughter to go through that. His daughter sneaks off and gets picked up by a team anyway because the girl in the movie basically just saw her playing with all the boys and doing so well, invites her to like a pro team basically. All right, and so she's on this team and does really, really well and does it behind her parents' back just to play. All right, the whole movie goes on, and the coach gets involved. The coach is like a former pro as well, and it's like a semi-relationship. There was some other things where the girl's sister was having a wedding, and does she want to skip the wedding and things like that. But overall, the movie is being unable to deny your passion. All right, and I think for you guys. If you're like a guy in our program, you might be thinking, this is a girls movie. This is a soccer movie. It doesn't apply to me. All right, if you're saying that, you're stupid, man. And stop with the accent, okay? Just use your real voice. All right, but you trying to do what you want to do, and this girl trying to do what she wants to do. And maybe in the Indian culture, girls shouldn't play sports at high levels too. That's what held her back as well. I'm pretty sure in your neighborhood, or in your family, there is just as much bias. All right? Maybe your parents, if you wanted to go all out for basketball, your parents would have a problem with it. Trust me. Why? Because you have to study enough. right? Why? Because you're short. Why? Because I don't know. It's just not in the cards for you. Why? Because they don't think that you try hard enough, or whatever it may be. All right, they're gonna. You will have some limitations, and you are fighting an uphill battle. Just being in Colorado in general, right? Or if you're following me from California, just being in that rich neighborhood of La Miranda, all right? And you guys are fighting an uphill battle, and you guys are like this girl in many, many ways, except one way. And that's what we tried to change. The fact that she was playing with the boys, all right? Playing with the older boys in the beginning. All right? That honed her skills. That's why she was great. All right? That's why she could instantly just be like picked up by some random girl in the street and be like, you. All right? So while you're waiting for your chance, let's play up. All right? I had a lot of questions coming from a few parents saying, who are the 7th graders going to play with? The 9th graders? The 9th graders? No way, Jose. And I was like, are you kidding me? Our 7th graders are used to playing against 12th graders. And they're just as bad as the kids here, but they play against 12th and 11th graders. It's what we've always done. I'm being the nicest that I've ever been by having you guys play with the 9th graders, along with half the team being 9th graders. So here's your opportunity to bend it like Beckham. All right. That's exactly what I'm doing. No, it's a middle school scavenger hunt. My grandpa is running it, so he's making me go. I see. All right, so the scavenger hunt, maybe they might hide some of the things at the gym. They'll be like, find a basketball. And you're like, I think I know where one is. There you go. That's a trick. And then when you go find a basketball, they'll be like, I didn't say find a basketball. I said go find an animal with a furry face. And you'd be like, I heard basketball? My bad. All right. Anyways, don't lie during scavenger hunts. That's a sin. All right. Moving on, we got our quote of the day. Our quote of the day. All right. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right. Where there's a will, there's a way. This is a very cute picture right here with the plant growing out the side of a brick wall. Obviously, they should not have put the brick wall over nature like that, because nature will always find a way. Geez, the green people are going to be mad at this picture, but still, it found a way. And yes, this is actually like true. Like plants do that. Like they will go through like cement, they'll go through everything, and then they'll just still sprout. Like it's really, really hard to stop them, especially like weeds and stuff like that. So you be a weed. Be a weed in life. All right. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right? Like what we just said about all that stuff of why you can't play and why you shan't play and why maybe people are trying to stop you from playing and try to stop you from your dreams. If you have a strong enough will, you will take care of it. I tell someone my project goals, and this is a very, very nice friend of mine, but he goes, you know what? I like your dream, John. And I was like offended. I was like, it's not a dream. I was like, this is reality, and this will happen. And I jumped down his throat for like no reason at all. And and that's how I am. And I think if you act like that, you're gonna get what you want. Because if you just go get it and go take it and don't let anyone stop you, then no one can stop you. Because people will eventually fall asleep if there's a mosquito in the room. The mosquito will just keep eating away and like buzzing in your stupid ear. And eventually you'll fall asleep. Because you're just given to the stupid mosquito. You're like, I'll never find you. I'll never be able to kill you. It is what it is, right? That's what you want to be. The mosquito. Unless you're in my room, because I legit will just, I will count the mosquitoes. I will stay up. I put on my glasses and I'll turn on the lights and I will just stand there for 2 hours looking for them all, because I'm more perseverant than a mosquito. But yes, where there's a will, there's a way. If you want it, go get it. No matter how big your dreams are, make them reality. All right, moving on for our elementary stuff. Tomorrow, we're leaving after the stream. Gavin and we will be there. Who spells there incorrectly like that? Usually it's the other way around. But yes, there is THERE, but no worries. This isn't grammar class. Yes, but there. That's like the biggest one that everyone watches. As long as you get that right and the it's right, no one will ever say anything about your spelling. You can spell every other word wrong. All right. For the 5-week challenge, you're not doing the 5-week challenge. Get out of here. All right, if you even start that challenge, do 1 day of the challenge. one day of the 5 weeks. There's 35 days in the 5 week challenge. If you do one day, you're cool. All right, but know that next week it gets harder. Starting on Sunday, it jumps up to 2 miles. So if you want to get the 1 mile one in, the easy one in, you get that one in fast. I wish I could find that video of everyone doing it. Oh man, I don't know where it is. I might have to refine it and show you guys some other episode. Okay, for elementary school open gym, we're not doing this one this week. We might actually include this one. I'm not sure, but it's supposed to be the 360 reverse layup. All right, that's sprinting in from one side to the other, jumping up, and going 360 all the way around for a reverse layup on the opposite side. All right. Yes, I am no 5 weeks. I don't know what you're talking about. So yes, the 360 reverse layup. You know what? I used to be able to do this in college, and I like doing it. I think maybe high school too, but I never did it in a game. Then someone, Gilbert Arenas, who wound up being like very, very popular NBA guy, he played against us in college at Arizona, and he goes up to dunk it, and and we have a rule: if you get dunked on, you had to put like $1 in the locker room like jar that we would use later for a party. And if the dunk got made the top 10 for ESPN, you had to put in $10. So this Gilbert Arenas goes up on one of our guys, Daniel Kickert, and instead of dunking it, he spins around and does the 360 reverse layup and scores on the opposite side. And it was not only in the top 10, it wasn't a dunk, but it wasn't in the top 10. It was the number one play in America on our teammate, and our teammate willingly put $50 in the stupid jar. And he was like, I deserve it, right? I never had to put any money in, but I was always like a guy that would try to block everyone's shot, even if I got dunked on. I never cared about that stuff. But the 360 reverse was something I always wanted to do in a game. So I think the last game of my first or second season in Taiwan, so it's like my second or third season playing overseas, like one of the last games of the regular season, I went up and I was praying that someone would try to block my shot so I could pretend that I had a reason to do the 360 reverse layup. I did it, and I think someone did foul me, and it was such a wild play. I almost made it, but they sent me to the line for a free throw. So I've only tried it one time in a game ever. I don't know if I could jump like that anymore, but maybe. But it's a fun move to do. I think it helps with your coordination and your awareness in the air of where you are. I went on to escape. That one is one person trying to get by two people. You want to have to change direction, change speed, change hands with the ball. It's kind of like our little bull in the ring thing that we do to end Tuesday, Thursday's practices. Except there's only two people going for you, and they're in front of you, and you know where they are. And if you can get by two people, you can get by one. All right, so that's why we like this. It's kind of like playing futsal instead of playing soccer. Futsal is played in a smaller arena with a heavier ball, so there's people double team you all the time, and then when all the futsal players start to play soccer, they dominate. So this is our version of futsal. And then we will play a 5-on-5 cutthroat once we have enough people to do that. We totally have enough now if we could get everyone to come. It's kind of frustrating to see all those kids at practices, and the little kids could be playing on their court 3-on-3, or at least 4-on-4, something and then the older kids, they could be playing 5-on-5 with some adults. I mean, we could have this thing rocking, but I guess people are just busy on Saturday nights doing scavenger hunts. But nah, we only have 4 people signed up so far. We need a lot more people than that. So it's not just you, man. It's a lot of people. All right, moving on. Let's check our homework. For the homework, we got Noah Mass at the top, then John Sanders posting some stuff. Nice job, John, killing it with Limitless Hoops. Connor Rush posting, he still has not missed this month. He's going for another perfect month, and by another I mean his first, because last month he did not get perfect. He had next time I see him, he has to run his 3 runs. I gotta remind myself, dang it, I'll make him run it tomorrow. All right, so he owes me 3 Nash drills because he didn't do perfection during January. So I'll hit him up with that. But his goal is to be perfect for this next upcoming month. He was pretty close last month, but we'll see. All right. And again, all he has to do for being perfect is to do his 5-minute rush every day, do the daily challenge, which has been easy so far because it's been the same as the homework, then do the homework as well, and then get someone else to do the homework too. All right. So that's the goal, and no one else even turned in the homework. So Jake Aaron was supposed to turn it in, so he didn't. So Connor would have had to run anyways. So we are forcing Connor to follow the book, basically. All right, and then he also show up to every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays morning stuff. All right. Moving on, we got our picture of the day. You're doing all 5 weeks. Well, you were already 4 days behind, but I guess you can start right now. So good luck. All right. Maybe you could just start right now with what it says in the book, and then at the end you can do the first 2 days, which will be actually really, really easy because if you run 5 miles, you just have to run 2 miles after one mile for 2 straight days after that. All right. Image of the day is, man, this Ben Simmons thing has got to end sooner or later, dude. It's got to end. It's crazy. It's still going on, and the craziest part of it is not Ben Simmons sitting out for the year now. That's nuts, but that's okay. The craziest part is that Philadelphia could end this if they just traded him, but they're looking for like the right trade. But at this point in time, they have no player. With this guy as a piece on their chessboard, they can move him to almost any location. They could pick up player in the NBA. And the craziest part is Philadelphia's actually winning. They're up there. That means that if they could just pick a person to add to not minus anyone, to add to their team, they could be a championship team. And they may be running out of time because Joel Embiid will only be young for so long. This is nuts. All right. That's the most interesting part right there, is that they might be foregoing a championship run. Like, they could just be like, yo, let us have Damian Lillard. All right, he's not playing this year, huh? All right. They could be like, maybe James Harden. They could easily swing that one. What else is there? They could go, I don't know, Bam Adebayo. No, they wouldn't trade him for them. But you could pick like anyone but like the top 25 players in the league. You could just handpick and say, hey, they are now on our team. And they're not doing it just to make a statement. And that statement right now is that we're not going to win the championship, which is crazy because championships don't come along that often. The last time that Philadelphia was in the championship was 2002 with Allen Iverson, I believe. 2001. All right. And the time before that, the last time that they won it, I believe that they won it, was in 1982. All right, right before Sir Charles Barkley arrived on the scene. All right, so that's a long time. It's like 40 freaking years, and they have a chance to win it. I think I would trade them, no matter what. All right. Anyways, I don't know about that. Let's see what we have right here now. We got our trivia question for the day. All right, our trivia question. If you answer before the end, then you win. You only get one chance to answer, and this one is very, very easy, okay? Very easy. Now, Houdini is a magician. Okay, he's a magician, but he's a magician that escapes from stuff. All right. Anyways, old magician. This basketball player, he was called the Houdini of the hardwood. Hardwood is, of course, a basketball term. I want to know, as the trivia question today, is whose nickname was the Houdini of the hardwood? Whose nickname in basketball lore, basketball history, was the Houdini of the hardwood? That's the question. If you answer before the end, you get a point, and you're tied with Finn Kaufman, one behind Connor. I don't believe Connor or Finn are here today. So good luck with whoever's out there. The Houdini of the hardwood. I'll give you a hint. You could just freaking type it into Google. Come on, guys. All right. I'm going to take a quick commercial break and be right back to finish up. All right, those were our backpacks, and we will have those available for sale. The second week of March is what I'm going to schedule it for, because I believe a lot of stuff's going down the first weekend of March. I'm going to do the second weekend of March, and I'm going to schedule our picture day, our 3-point contest, and what else did we do on that day? our team intros. So we're going to be filming our team intros, and it's going to be really, really cool. It's fun to do. But yes, the answer is Bob Cousy, and the winner is Noah Masseth by a lot. Great job, Noah Masseth. All right, Gavin Witt, you missed it by a little bit. All right, so Noah with the win, and now he's at 1. Great job, Noah. All right, moving on to stuff that we will be doing tomorrow. All right, is our 3-on-2, 2-on-1 break, and 2-on-2 lateral. All right. For a 2-on-2 lateral, you got to make sure that it's an on-ball screen. We did a little bit of this last weekend. All right. For the on-ball picks, you have to make sure that you jump stop away from the screen and then you use them. That's why we're doing our pick and roll stuff. So lateral is the pick and roll play. Lateral is pick and roll. All right. And then for a 3-on-2, 2-on-1 break, that's going down the court 3 against 2 guys. You should be able to score them every single time because it's a mismatch. If you guys got scored on 3-on-2 20 straight times, I would not be mad as a coach. I'd be like, that's what's supposed to happen. It's a mismatch. So for you guys to never be able to score 3-on-2, that's a problem. So you want to dribble down the court, sprint wide and fast, pass the ball ahead of the defense, then run to the strong side elbow. The other 2 guys come in hard so that as he catches the ball, it's now 2 against 1 because you occupied the first defender. And then they can either score or make a strong side hand pass to the other guy to score. So it should be fairly simple, and that's why we get our reps up during this thing. So you can slowly figure it out so that if we ever happen to have a 3-on-2 fast break in a game, which does happen quite often, we can successfully score on it. All right. And for 2-on-2 lateral, again, that's one of our plays. If you want to see all of our plays, you can see all of our plays on our website. And all you have to do is just click on either curriculum and then see our plays. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's not under curriculum. It's under the elite team and see our plays. Or you can just scroll down right here and where it says team playbook, you got it right there. All right, then all the plays pop up, and there's 16 different plays because it includes our out of bounds plays. It includes our zone offense, press break, sideline out of bounds, and baseline out of bounds plays. But then all of our 12 play calls, all right, like scale and everything like that. Once you click on one, like let's say lateral, that's the one with John Stockton right here in the pick and roll. It clicks, it comes up, and basically as he dribbles out, that guy's not open, it's an on-ball screen. And the 2 inside guys screen for each other for a pick and roll. All right. So I know this is pretty fast, but it should give you the gist of how our offense runs. Again, this stuff is not running right away. All right. We just stay in our offense whenever it comes up. It doesn't even have to be a play call. We can make the play call, but it doesn't have to be a play call. Basically, if you're not open up top, you just on-ball screen. It's as easy as that. The last one is our high school one. High school is 3-on-3 cutthroat, all right, and then 2-on-2 help side. When you're in help side, you want to sprint to help side. We were working on that the other day. And then the last thing that we're going to do today is our story of the day. So watch it. You're never promised tomorrow. So play each day like it could be your last. That was a very, very quick one right there. But yes, you're never promised tomorrow. So play each day like it could be your last. And that guy in the picture, wouldn't expect you to know who he was. I mean, it's quite sad that you don't know who he was because you should. But you can't now, all right, because he died. All right, and his name was Len Bias. All right, and I believe like he was a top pick for the Boston Celtics. And Boston had like a very, very bad streak for a while. They were blessed to have the best players early on, and they won like 10 freaking straight championships in like the 60s. Then they were pretty good in the 70s, but they won again in the 80s. And then all of a sudden, they had some bad luck. And the first one the second one, I'll start with the second one. Yeah, I'll start with the second one. It was Larry Bird. His back began to hurt, and Larry Bird had to retire early. After him, or like during that time, they had this other guy, Reggie Lewis, and he was a pretty high draft pick, fairly high, but he became very, very good. He was going to be Larry Bird's replacement, a very good player, but then he had heart problems and then died on the court. Crazy. Boston Celtic player. And then, but before them, in 1986, there was this guy, Lennon Bias. He was like the number 1 pick, I believe, number 2 pick, something like that. And I guess he like never did drugs, and it was his first time ever doing drugs or something like that. Like he was not like a druggie, but he did drugs. And like right after he got picked, and he died. Like it could happen. Like usually, no, it's almost impossible to die from just one time doing drugs. But no, like he died, and suffered like a heart failure, and just like that, everything was just done. And this guy was supposed to be like maybe the next Michael Jordan and stuff like that, and like no one would ever know. And I'm not saying that that's gonna happen to you or that you're gonna die, but like maybe your parents won't let you play basketball past this year. Maybe you're gonna get cut next year. Maybe you break your leg. All right. Maybe, I don't know, maybe things just aren't what they seem like. And like, I don't know, like maybe you can't be a part of our program. Maybe our program doesn't last, right? Whatever, right? Maybe another COVID period happens, right? Whatever's going to happen. You have to play like today is your last all the time. And I know that's a lot of pressure for some of you guys, but you want to be able to handle that pressure. If you can handle that pressure, the pressure of freaking like the unknown thing of like the darkness of the whatever, you can handle a free throw at the end of the game. All right? So all pressure is a barbell and a weight, a couple of weights. That's what pressure is. And when you have pressure on your mind, it's like your mind is doing like the bench press. And later on, when you need your mind to be strong, like when the other team's pressing you, or like your coach won't play you and then he plays you for 2 minutes only, how strong can you be? Or like, you're up against everything. That's when you want your mind to be strong. Your mind is only strong because of the pressure that you put on it in the beginning. So play with that kind of pressure, play with that kind of intensity, think that way. Every day is like your last, all right? And then you can be as great as you want to be if you push yourself that badly, all right? Great job, everybody. Don't forget that the quote of the day tomorrow is, where there's a will, there's a way. I always wish that my name was Will because of that saying. Where there's a will, there's a way. But no, my name is just John. So where there's a John, there's a way, and y'all got John. All right, you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. If you come to the workout tonight, I will see you then. Cue my music. All right, peace, y'all.